Let's just take some time to analyze this situation. We find this in Luke chapter 17. 10 men who all had leprosy, and everything that represented. In the society in which they lived, they were ostracized from people. They couldn't go about their normal lives. They couldn't go out and earn a living. They were just literally at the mercy of anybody who would toss them a little something to help them to sustain life. And that was the life that they lived. That was the situation that they were in. And it was a desperate situation, a situation to where you just lose hope. And then that fateful day that they encountered Jesus Christ. And Jesus told them to go to the priest, and they did. And they responded to the action, which is important that we note that faith is an action thing. You take action to activate faith. And a lot of times people miss a move of God because they refuse to step out and take that step that requires action to see the hand of God move. Because they're just so in despair over their situation that they just can't imagine that they could even in any way change. And that is a terrible place to be. But for these men who responded to faith, they stepped out, they took action, they did what Jesus had told them to do. They experienced a miraculous change in their lives. And Scripture tells us that of the 10, only one realized the full impact of what has happened here and the hand of God upon them and the hand of God that has moved to cause their circumstance of life to be different. It's amazing to me. I just read in the book of 2 Chronicles about a gentleman by the name of Rehoboam. And if you're not familiar with your history of the Old Testament, Rehoboam was the son of Solomon. He was the one who took over the kingdom from his father Solomon. And the thing that caught my attention as I read about Rehoboam is that how he went to the far extreme from the leadership of his father Solomon and his grandfather David, who both had a relationship with God. Now we know that Solomon's life in those latter years was somewhat questionable in his spiritual experience with God. But it amazed me is how quickly Rehoboam turned and, of course, led a nation away from God. And this is what I see here with these 10 men who had experienced the power of God and had seen a miracle in their own lives. They had experienced this wonderful miracle of healing, but it didn't seem to impact them spiritually. This amazes me. But the truth of the matter is it's a pattern that is followed way too often. Because the truth is that we will have success in life if we maintain our spiritual life as the great priority of our lives. It's Pastor Jack King with the gospel, with a radio broadcast.